Your new life is going to cost you the old one. And the problem is, most of us never step into the new life because we are so comfortable with the old identity. Now, the old identity is putting limits on us. You cannot reinvent your life if you keep moving like the version that you were. Instead, you need to move forward with the version who is ready to thrive. You clicked on this video because you are ready to reinvent yourself in the new year. Because you're tired of feeling stuck, feeling behind, and you are keep repeating the same pattern over and over. And you are here because you are finally ready to shift your identity. And honestly, this is where everything begins. Hi, my name is Ankita. I am 38-year-old mom. I reinvented my life by changing the version that I always wanted to become. And today I'm going to walk you through the exact steps and process how to shift the identity and become the best version of yourself. So let's get started. Here is one thing I have learned, that your life doesn't change just because it's a new year, it's a Monday, or it's a new month. Your life changes when you begin, when you stop living the version that does not serve any purpose anymore. You step into the future version of you, the version that you want to become. This video, I'm going to divide into 7 sections, and I have listed all these sections right here. So let's get into the section first, which is what identity actually is. Have you heard most of people think that, oh, I'm born this way. I am not disciplined. I cannot change. This is who I am. But the reality is that identity is not a fact. It is basically the stories that you have been told, the environment that you are brought in. You adapt over a period of time. You absorbed it, your subconscious brain. And now that becomes your story. Now you think that this is who I am. And this is why your personality, your identity is very connected to the environment, to the people that you are around with, and the circumstances, anything that happened to you in the past that developed the core of your identity. And there is this quote that I love from Atomic Habit where James Clear talks about it. Every action you take is a vote for the type of person you wish to become. So meaning that your identity is shaped by what you do, not what you believe. So if you want to shift your identity, you need to wait for confidence, motivation, clarity, or any courage. You just need to start taking small actions because that proves a new story. Identity is nothing but evidence-based. So you give your brain constant evidence and your brain updates who you are. Now let's talk about the reinvention gap, because the problem is most people fail to reinvent because there is a gap who they are and who they want to become. Because we become what we practice, not what we want, not what we dream of, not what we say to other people. If you have been practicing avoidance, you become someone who avoids hard things. If you have been practicing creativity, you will become creator. If you practice discipline, you will become disciplined person. Your identity grows where your effort goes. Now, this is where we are going to destroy our old identity. Because think of this way, you can never become a new version of you until you make a space for the new ones. And this is going to be the hardest part when it comes to identity shifting. Because as Brianna Weiss talks about it, that your new life is going to cost you the old one. And this is so true because the painful part of reinvention yourself is that now you are letting go what you felt safe before, the things that were familiar to you, the things that you survived, and the things that you may not even think that it is there, but deep down they are core of your identity. But here's the thing, instead of getting it scared or fearful about that I am stepping into this new version, but it feels uncomfortable, which it will every single day, but more you practice it, more your body and your brain is going to think that it is normal and it's going to become familiar. But you don't have to go all crazy about it. All you have to say is, or you can write down that thank you for protecting me for so long, but now I am choosing something new. Hi, so far, if you have enjoyed this video even for a little bit, then I would love if you could hit the subscribe button. It's just a way for you to show support to me, and here we are creating community for women who inspire each other. Thank you, and back to the video. And in this section, we are going to create the new identity, the new future. And I have this favorite line from the book Courage to be Disliked, that you're not determined by your past. You are determined by your future. And most people think that identity comes from the past, that whatever happened to your childhood, you maybe had abusive childhood, or you were in a bad relationship, some culture issues or family abuse, whatever the case was, that shaped your identity. Part of it is true. Your incident, whatever happened to you, it does affect how you react to the situation. But I also truly believe that your identity is not shaped by your past incident. Whatever happened to you, you can heal and you can still decide how you want to show up for your future life. There's two ways to do it. You can whole life just say, oh, I had an abusive childhood. Oh, I was born in poverty. Oh, my parents were poor. This is why who I am. This is why I cannot rewire story around money. Oh, I was born in this family, or I had an abusive relationship. This is why I cannot change. Those are your past. But if you tell yourself that I am going to face it and I am going to change it. So what you're doing, you're stop defending your limitations. The past are basically nothing but putting limits on you. But as soon as you tell them that I'm not defined by my past, now you are not clinging to the old version. You are stepping into a new one. And that's exactly where you are going to start reinvent yourself. And now I am going to give you a practical process, which is exactly what I have used and I still use every single day to step into my new identity. One of the first thing is that you have to name your new identity. You have to write it down, that who is this new person? And you may be not ready to give a name, and that's okay if you're not ready to, but you have to write down identity of this person, that I am someone who never skips the workout. I am someone who eats the healthy. I am becoming a calm person, and I am becoming someone who does not self-sabotage. When you start to write that down, what you are doing is you are shifting your identity. By the way, there is a whole this process in my life reset workbook. If you wanted to check it out, the link is in the description box below. And I'm saying this with so much confidence because a lot of women already gave me the feedback that how they felt about this workbook. So if you're interested, do check it out. But anyways, and this is where you are going to give a new identity. And second, you even going to write down how she takes action every single day. And this is something that I truly implement. Anytime I find myself that I'm just like endlessly scrolling, I just ask myself that how my higher version would walk through. How would my higher version would take an action? And instantly, I know my higher version would not scroll, and my higher version would dress up and take an action every single day. Because believe it or not, you're not going to feel motivated every single day. No one does, and there is no such thing as that. But when you think from your future self, as soon as you turn that identity on, instantly you are going to feel like, oh, this is not my higher version would do, and you will start taking an action. And the next is, this is where I love how James Clear says it, that your future identity needs proof. And it is so true. So this is where you need to write down how she actually behaves. And small proof could look like that she would never wake up to chaos. She would wake up 10 minutes early, or she would wake up early in the morning. She would record a content if that is something you want to do, or she would reach out to manufacturer regarding the business, or it could be that every single day she's walking for 15 minutes. Whatever that you want in your future self. And these tiny changes are going to create the powerful identity. But the next part is you have to write down what are the things that you have to let go. Because you cannot shift your identity if you are keep holding to the old things. Like it could be that old belief that people like me cannot be successful or rich, or I am too late to start creating content. Because that was exactly what I was thinking, that who changed career at age of 35 when I decided that I want to step into unconventional path. Like, oh, am I too late? Oh, if I do this, what people are going to say about me. And these are all your old belief that you have to write down. It could be the old trauma, it could be this old fear around money, around maybe public speaking, or whatever it could be. And you have to make a list. And this is literally going to show you what are the old beliefs that you are holding on to it. Now you have done all the hard work, and the biggest piece now comes down to your environment. Your environment is going to give you that boost to your identity. So for example, if you are saying, I am a healthy person, I do not eat junk food. In that case, you have to remove all the junk food from your house. If you are someone who reads book, then you have to add a stack of books next to your bed or wherever you think that you're going to grab a book. If you are telling yourself that I'm a content creator already, then every single day, no matter what happened, you have to record a video for 5 minutes. There is a saying in Atomic Habit that if you want to quit smoking, you're not going to say it that I do not smoke. You're going to say that I'm not a smoker. Basically, you're shifting your identity. When you tell that person that I am someone who create content, I'm a content creator, you are creating a content. And this is what we are talking about, your environment. And the next is transformation is not an event. It is process. The action that you have to take every single day. It's not going to be that you are taking action for 1 month and then you disappear to your old self. Once you burn your old identity, there's no way you are going back. There is only one way to go about it, and that is to move forward with your new identity. And next, I'm going to share this method, which I absolutely love, and that is use the alter ego method. And this is something that a lot of successful people uses. They all borrow identity from their future version. For example, I have my alter ego name is Ankita 2.0, and I always say this to myself that I can do whatever I want to do, but Ankita 2.0 in this moment will take this action. She will never do something like this. Oh, she's a very consistent person. So automatically, this gives me this confidence that yes, my next version has already achieved everything in her life. How she would move forward. Would she still scare about spending money on the business when she knows that this is an investment she has to make? If my future version would still eat a junk food even when she knows that she is going to be the most healthy person. When you think from that perspective, it makes it so much easy for you to move forward. But you have to name your future self. You have to define her traits, like how she would move, how she would dress up. Even every single day, this is very, very simple thing that I can give it to you all. You tell yourself that my future version would never work in the pajama. She would put on a dress, she would do her makeup, and she will look good. And as soon as you do that, you adapt, oh yes, I'm in my higher version. And it may sound or feel fake in the beginning because you are not used to this new person, and your whole life you are so tied to your old identity that would just think and dream all day long but never take an action. But when you adapt this new identity, more you move throughout your day with this identity, easier it's going to get every single day. Because what you are doing is building a bridge between your old version and your new version. And this is where we're using a help of alter ego. And once you already become that person, you don't even need this alter ego anymore. Then you know that this is who I am. And now in this section, I'm going to talk about a little bit about spiritual side of the identity shifting. And I love this line, when you want something, all the universe conspires in helping you to achieve it. And identity shifting is not just psychological, it is also energetic. When you show up as your future self, you tell universe that you are serious, you are ready to step into that person. You act like the version that you want to become. And then you make decision aligned from your future self. You're not doubting anymore. You are more aligned with your future self. And I can say this from my own experience. When you do that, you'll see that opportunity opens. You'll see the door that you never thought they're going to open for you. You'll feel that your intuition is becoming louder and louder. And what is happening in those moments is that universe responding to your clarity. Because more clear you are, the faster you adapt to your identity, the faster the success will come to you. And now I am going to give you some daily routine that has definitely helped me in my identity shifting process. And in the morning, when I wake up, I never wake up to chaos. Even if it means that I have only 15-20 minutes, one thing I never ever do is not starting my day by reading book. Even if it means 5 minutes on the busy day or a page or whatever. If I cannot do it in the morning, I have to do it in the evening because I tell myself that I read book every single day. It could just be means that I'm grabbing a journal, just a piece of paper, whatever you want to use it, and I'm journaling for 15 minutes. I am someone who is never grabbing phone. And if one thing you want to take away from this video, this would be that you are never going to grab phone for first at least minimum 20 minutes. I made myself this rule that I'm never grabbing a phone for 3 hours, no matter what happened. And throughout the afternoon, when you are going to notice that you are slipping into your old identity, you are going to remind yourself. And simple thing like having a sticky notes, like I am this person, I am becoming my higher version, and my higher version would never scroll while working. Whatever reminders you want to set yourself for. But I truly think that setting a reminder, it just helps you to slip into your old self. And in the evening time, this is where, if you can, if your time allows, you're going to write down, even if it is just writing on your phone, that how was your day went? Like something like you can do photo journaling or even just writing a gratitude, something that you wanted to write down and share your wins throughout the day. And also plan your tomorrow a night before. And this is something I do it every single day. Even if it means that quickly I'm gonna take my phone and write down all the things that I have to do tomorrow morning and all the things that I have finished already. Because reinventing yourself, it doesn't mean that you're becoming new. It's about releasing the version that was built based on the fear, based on the condition, based on the things that she knew. But now you are finally stepping into the new version. An identity shift doesn't happen in the big moments. It literally happens in the small changes, your daily actions, your daily decisions. They are determining your new reality. So as we step into this new year, ask yourself, am I acting from my past version or am I walking as my future version? And this one question is going to change your entire year. And now, if you are in the process of making your vision board, and like everyone, you also make a mistake on your vision board, which I definitely did, and I always thought that vision board doesn't work, then you are going to watch this video, because in this video, I have a whole step-by-step process how to make a vision board that actually works and what are the mistakes that you might be making when it comes to the vision board. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you right there.